Hey out there, we're here recording on April 13th. We're down here Monday, April 13th. I think this is week four of, the beginning of week four of our stay at home order here, I think. I don't know, it's like you lose track of time after this, so. And we've been dealing with like the severe weather that brought all the tornadoes in the south, out in like, what was it, Mississippi and Alabama out that way. And I think I got lucky here because it kind of hit at the right time of day that it didn't get as bad as it could have been if it had hit later in the day. You know, when the when you've got like the sun fueling the whatever, it probably would have kicked up a lot of tornadoes. But I think as it was, we got lucky, or I got lucky, or I don't know. Knock on wood, count your blessings, all that sort of thing. It's just been massively strong winds. I think we had one tornado a couple counties over, and I think they got tornadoes on the coast, but like around here, it's just been, I guess, sporadic wind damage. There we go. But this is page before I go rambling. This is page 15 in part two. Say I'm not recording quite as many in this part. I think kind of because honestly, I'm kind of running out of things to say for like an hour at a time. What do we want to do here? Kind of already staged this one. It's sort of because I've got everybody bunched together here. Sort of the images I want to do kind of don't work out in the panel I want to do them in. So I was going to open up with, or start the page with this shot, but it really needs to be on the right side of the page and not the left because of the way Rusty's swinging. It's pointing this way, so the center of the page, is here, not here. So I've already staged this one, and I do have to admit I've been a little sporadic um, about doing these layered, blurring the background, that sort of thing. I think like a world, yeah, it would just make the whole world. So this is going to be 26A. Come over, let's Control C that and edit. Paste as new layer somewhere. There it is. Oh, down there. And I have to admit, the last few days have been kind of sort of slow work, I think. um, get this first. Good idea. Yeah, maybe one of them will get hit by a truck. Here we go. was I saying? Oh yeah, you kind of once you kind of get over the boredom of sitting at home, you kind of do need you find you do need to kind of get out. Oh, I forgot to I'm like, talking to you guys and forget to go Control C there. Now we can go paste as. Plus, too, you see on the news, like in the midst of this stay at home order, and like everybody can still go out to the park, so they can still go play golf. You see like the Home Depots are like packed more than ever. You almost kind of want to rebel against the stay at home order just because it's like the order we've got in place is so useless. So I think you've seen me posting a few updates on Patreon. I find like the library is still broadcasting Wi-Fi, even though like the employee, even though they don't have the employees showing up now. So it's like a complete ghost town, but the Wi-Fi is still broadcasting. So you can like sit in your car in the parking lot. And see, I'm still social distancing because I'm not actually outside the car where I'm getting near people. uh, oh, you know what? This one's done. I might as well get the next half of this set up. And this was just World, and who is this guy? That one. And Rusty, and we're going to put them, how about in the clothes folder? Um, Actually, you know what? Come on, go back. Actually, now that I think about it, I remember setting up depth of field on camera, so I don't have to blur this. So I can get lazy and not have to blur this in cam. And that'll probably take 5 minutes. That, and I found like the sheets near here. Has like a certain corner of the parking lot picks up the internal Wi-Fi, even though they've closed off the dining area inside. So you can kind of like park your car and sit there and just update Twitter for an hour or so. Um, we're leeching off public Wi-Fi. So I have to say I've been kind of out getting online a little bit more than I should. Not really working as much as I should be. Oh, but the stores are funny because the grocery stores are still like empty, even though they're sort of getting product. You can sort of get by on some stuff, but then you see like the pallets of freight sitting out in the aisle, and like the one employee that's working on it basically like is lethargic as hell. Looks like looks like he'd rather be doing something else, like one grocery store. I think you get a Family Dollar here too, where it's like that place is just like empty at normal times before the coronavirus ever exploded. Now it's like you've got like your product sitting on trucks out in the aisle, and the two employees in the store are just hanging out at the front end talking to each other instead of getting the shelves stocked. Like, good God, that's what we've got around here, or the Walmart. Like I stopped in a couple weeks ago, and there's like an employee stocking like one of those little island refrigerated cases, like the prepackaged cupcakes in the clamshell packaging, and it's probably got like 6 packages in the case. And I swear, like when I was done and heading back to the front end, maybe like 10, 15 minutes later, like I swear she was still on that same one case of prepackaged cupcakes. Like, oh my God. I, I know it's different elsewhere, but around here, when the media tries to like say these workers are our heroes, like God, maybe they should work a little faster. That's like, be like if EMS was on the scene of somebody having a heart attack, and you're like, come on, we gotta resuscitate him. I'm getting there, God. Take me like 10 minutes to get out of this ambulance. Don't rush me. That's kind of what you look at here. Oh my God. Yep, 4.5 minutes. God, I should probably just cut and come back. It's kind of moving. There it goes. It's kind of moving now. Nope, it's just all. Yeah, like if any of you, I know I every once in a great while I'll kind of mention how part of the reason I'm doing this video series, this ongoing video series, is for any of you out there who think like, you've got a story idea out there and you'd like to do something like this, but you don't think you're really creative or you don't think you could do it. Part of me is kind of like walking you through how easy this can be. Like, you don't have to overly complicate your scenes. You don't have to overly complicate everything. Take your idea, keep it simple, and you can really like get through this. And if there's like any of you who already like visit the Daz store, you've already if you've already downloaded Daz Studios and you already play around with it and you visit for all the free stuff, and that like they'll offer over time, or you'll check, or maybe you check the sales and you spend a little bit of money. But I like how, and this is Monday the 13th, yesterday on Sunday, one of their new releases was a how-to video for GIMP. Like, I forget. I want to say it was like a $20, like $20 or something. It's probably not quite that much, but oh God, how how to use GIMP. Like, you could spend $20 at Daz Studios, or you could just watch me work here for free. See, you get all kinds of value. Uh, uh, it looks a little blurrier in the render pane. Maybe let's like give it a little bit more. Oh, why doesn't that seem to be? I don't know. For some reason, that doesn't seem to be blurring as much as I'd like, but oh well. Save that. But yeah, if you've been visiting the Daz store um, the last couple of months, there's been a lot of free offers. They've been offering a lot of free stuff. And I think with the, I think with the coronavirus sort of putting everybody out of work, tightening finances, plus like the collapsing, um, not collapsing, but I guess the, for fuck's sake, I guess with the dollar, like really trading higher against foreign currencies lately, sort of decreasing the buying power of foreign customers. I guess they've been trying to like give something back and give a little more value to people in these times. So there's been like a lot of free stuff lately. Whoops. It's going to be cut this way a little bit more. And it's going to be pulled back. So like with, this past weekend on Easter weekend, they gave out like a free $5 coupon off anything that falls under the Daz Originals artist label. And with like the sale they were running concurrently on Daz Original products all weekend, like you could end up getting some pretty decent stuff free with that $5 coupon. Where are we? Okay, Rusty and the Thief. Okay, so apparently that didn't click. I need him. And to make this easy, we're going to rotate him 180 degrees so that then I can use, is it the Z? No, Control Z will undo is the X. Okay, we'll go 90. And see, as you may have noticed in previous videos, the end of this, there's nothing at the end of the street, so I've got to be careful where the camera goes. And because I've got the light so dark, I can't see the ground, so I've got to just kind of eyeball this. There we go. And actually, the legs should be out. And probably twisted. I should have twisted it before, but yeah. Actually, you know what? -5. In the category of I'm not sure if I'll actually see him on the ground, I don't really need to. I'm not really gonna line this up. Let's see. What do we want to do next? I'm just sort of playing this scene by ear. Okay. I was just noticing I put the trees off and forgot to put them back on. So I'm wondering how bad it is. And I think I can get away without. What is this group? I think I can get away without it. Um, and I think this is going to be one where let's see, take Rusty out so I can get a better shot. No. Control Z. I think it's going to be this leg. I could just reposition him, but well, I'm going to end up repositioning him anyway, so. Oh, ouch. Grab the leg. No, I guess he's going to be. Da, 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 da. You. I guess you're already, huh? I guess I do need the chest. And the yeah, see, so here I'm going quiet. I'm starting to go quiet now. Uh, let's unclench the fist. Yeah, I'm hoping to. Oh, that. Um, really wanting to have this done by the beginning of the month, so I can give you guys something right when the billing begins, and then probably schedule the second version of Teddy Bear. Probably like well, probably like get working on that the first week of May and have that out. Be like maybe like the second week or the end of the second week, hopefully. like the way this is kind of slowed down. I'm a little nervous about this. Whoops, I grabbed the wrong one. You. What do we want to do? And then I find myself like thinking more and more about the story idea I keep telling you guys about, Burn Pit. And I think while I kind of came up with the concept way back at about the time I started Little Bro, what was that, 2 years ago? Has it been 2 years? I don't know. Oh, has it been 2 years already? But it's been an idea that I've had way back then, and it's just been in the back of my mind. I think it's one of those cases where it's probably really helped. I think that story is probably helped by not having done it right away. That's so it's I kind of find myself sort of brainstorming different ideas or brainstorming how to work with the ideas because I do toy with it, sort of going down a dark rabbit hole before the character begins experiencing the growth slash muscle growth in the story. Sort of like one of those where it becomes the salvation in a way. And it's, I guess, I kind of go back and forth on whether or not I really want to go that dark, or just let it have a few bad things happen and then it turns around. That didn't. Oh, this isn't clicking, is it? There we go. Piece that is new layer. Oh my god. Okay, what did this do? Feathers. Oh, I get this every now and then, and then forget how to undo it. go. I don't know why it's got to be so difficult sometimes. Let's see. Select invert, shrink. Okay. Invert, edit, cut. None. Let's see. And this is why the second part is taking longer to do, is because these pictures are taking longer to render than they did in the first part. Depends on the set, the textures, the complexity of the scene. I think here, I'm not sure what you can see. I'm not sure. It might be the grass that's slowing things down, but also because this building is just a shell and there's no interior, I ended up sort of making the opacity on the windows a little thicker and putting a bit of a reflection so that it doesn't, so that you can't really see inside while trying to make it look like a window. Because of that, it's got to render the reflections. Oh my god. Here's the case with these shorts. I don't think these shorts were intended for this particular model. And when I try and undo this when I try to use the smoothing modifier to fix it, for some reason it won't show me the poke through in the viewport. So I don't end up seeing it until the render. And I'll show you what I'll end up doing here. This is going to be a major pain in the butt. There's the picture. Save. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, see, you can't, the poke through isn't there in the viewport, so it's like, oh my god. So what I'm going to do is, we're just going to make the thigh invisible, and let's do the left one just in case. And then I'm going to render that as B. And render away. And we're just going to come in here. And just for the sake of whatever, I'm going to rename this one A. There we go. And what we will go is open layer. Oops. Oh, not open. Moron. Undo. Not open layer. Open. Come on. Here we go. Basically, what I'm going to do is overlay this one onto here. And I'm just going to cut out this little piece from that layer. Copy and paste it. And then I'll end up like merging it over. You'll see. Hmm. Uh, I'm sort of, oh my god. Actually, no, because I'm not. All I have to do is wait for it to get past the legs. And we're not even close. So I'm going to cut, and I'll come back when this is done. Instead of making you guys just sit here and look at this thing rendering for 4 more minutes. Okay, so here we have the clean picture, and I sat and waited 5 or 6 minutes. Oh my god, almost 7 minutes just to get this little tiny piece. So I'm going to save that. Come over here, The file open as layers, and then I've got that. So because I need to know. Oh, okay. Because I need to know exactly where what needs to be covered. I'm going to take the lasso select and wrap it around this little poke through. Bring this layer back. Let's go select, invert, edit, cut, cut. There we go. Select none. See, and now we've got an image with no poke through. See, and if we take the layer off, you can see the poke through, on, off, on, off. So we will just, instead of having fun, let's save that. We will export that as, and we'll take the A off and export. And oh my god, wait for this thing to save. Discard that. But I guess that's what happens when these are like 2 to 3 megabytes per picture because we save in PNG. So open as layers. See, 2.8, 2.8. The one we're looking for is 2.7. And layer, scale layer, 233. And I need this one. Hmm. Yeah, I guess. I'm going to take this one here. Up a little. There we go. Look. Okay. And I got to put his legs back. And I need Rusty unparent. Oh. Yeah, see, I laid all these guys on the ground and you don't even see them. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. um, this is already down. Foot. Let's see. I guess if his center of gravity is going to be a little more forward, then I got to bring this foot up. Let's see. Yeah, let's bring him. Is it the chest? Okay, it's the chest that's bent back. Here we go. Mm, let's have him sitting up. Okay, there we go. He needs to come here. Let's see. I need no. Oh yeah, I got it. Okay. Oh, he's already. Okay. I think in the realm of searching for ideas, I find myself reminiscing about some ancient project I serialized ages ago under a different identity on a different site. I almost think it would be sort of like in the realm of fantasy. I sit there and think it would be an interesting project to adapt here as an ongoing comic. But when I go digging it up, I'm like, oh my god, it's like it would have to be simplified a lot. And then I'm not sure I want the. I'm not sure I want to be linked with it's with that online identity, or I want that one linked with this one. Um, and then I sit there and wonder if I can pull individual story ideas out of it and rework them into something original. Let's see. He needs to be looking at them. Let's. Let's see. I may take the trees out again because this is going to be one of the narrow panels, so I'm not using a lot of this. It's number two. No, this is number one. Let's take the trees out. Oh. And from this angle, his pose is extremely weird, so. Uh, I'm trying to think. I'm not sure if I want Rusty in here or move him off. You know what? Let's get Rusty out of here. This is Z, right? Okay. And now with Rusty out of the picture, I can bring it back this way. And now that I moved Rusty, let's have them all looking at him in his new position. And as much as this is what I'm trying to get, it doesn't quite look right with him looking down like that, so. Okay, there we go. Control C that. I guess I should probably just focus on burn pit before I go thinking about what next. I'm not even done with this one. I'm not really sure what's going on with this scene overall. This is just gratuitous fight scene. Just senseless violence here. Select none, edit, paste as new layer. Control Z. Let's see, merge down. Fuzzy, select that, edit, paste as new layer. See, I go thinking about something and come on, there we go. And let's save that. Oh my god. Okay, so we'll do another cut and come back here because I can use a little bit of a break to stretch my legs. So. Okay, so here we are with this picture. It was like I was afraid of. Once you get up, it's hard to get back down and get back to work. But, then I kind of had the same poke through problems with his shorts. And it ended up being a picture that just got rendered and re-rendered. So it's not entirely my fault for being lazy and just easily distracted. Let's see, open as layers, and this is you. Okay. And this one was here, right? Okay. Let's see, I'm going to put you here. And I think bring you here. Control Z. I want you. Why didn't it grab that thing? Okay, so anchor that, and we're going to reverse it again. There we go. And we would just move you there. There we go. Not quite. Can I get the... Oh, actually, no, it's going to come down. This is one of those where it'll never look right to my eyeball. I guess that's... And we moved Rusty out here into the street, so let's... turn him around. I'm going to delete these keys and kind of start over. There we go. And the thing about the street is it is not at ground level in the universe. Ground level is the sidewalk. So Control D will bring him to the sidewalk. So if I want him on the... if I want anybody on the street for that matter, I've got to park him down there manually. Let's see. Actually, let me zoom in a little. And I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with these scenes yet. It's sort of... there's a part of me that wants to sort of cut away and come back. The idea is, in possibility A, is that we sort of cut out in the middle of this fight scene to go see what, to go see a scene with Corey and, who is it, Elliot? I think are the pair. Okay. The idea is you see them getting into a fight, and then you come back, and you kind of go back and forth to the two fights. So it's not... so it doesn't... you don't end up finishing off one and then starting the second one. I know it's dark, but he's got a goofy face. that's why. Let's see. Oh, side to side. Okay. I'm going to control D him just to see where his feet are. Come on. Didn't grab what I wanted there. Yeah, so here we are again, running out of conversation. Let's see, you. I think this is why the videos have been a little more infrequent in part 2. Because I just don't have, like, conversational topics are just running dry at this point. No. But I think last night I put up a poll, kind of curious if any of you visit the bodybuilding.com message boards. And, maybe since I'm running out of, don't really have anything to talk about here, maybe this is a good point to see to throw out, like, what other sites. Come on, there you go. What other sites are you visiting? Anybody's actually watching this, you want to kind of chime in the comments on sort of what other sites you like to. No, actually, he should be looking. I think I don't surf too frequently, so I'm like, you'll forgive me if I sort of mess up the sites, but like, I think is it musclegrowth.org? The one I'm thinking about. He's gonna move over just a little. I'm gonna stand you up, or the giantess. See, now I can't even think of. There's a few giantess sites out there, and I can't even think of the name of the one that's in my mind right now. But like, do you visit? Like, you guys, like, which of the giantess sites are you out there visiting, or you visit, or is Coiled Fist your thing? Um, here we go. Or what is that one? CYOC.org, which is sort of like a sillywriting.com sort of thing. Like, you add the next chapter. I'm going to bring his foot down. Oh, this way. This picture is taking a lot of setup. But what I think is that this is going to be a wide shot. Let's go. Like this. There we go. Oh, except this guy over here looks funny. I'm gonna okay, maybe that was it. Let's see. I need the left shoulder. I'm gonna try and get the light down. I'm trying to do this without going over there, and there we go. Now he's got the light on him. Let's see. Okay, I guess he's already at ground level. Just gonna bring the image up a little. I think that's what I want, right? 29. Okay. Control C. There's new layer, and we will layer transform because I've got this big empty space in the bottom corner here. I was just going to make this a picture, but I think we need something to fill this space. So we're just going to have him say, Elf. Whoops. I can't seem to type here. There we go. It's just something to fill the space. Okay. There. Merge down, and we will go you. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, is the next page we'll go cut, and we'll cut to Corey. Speaking of cut, there we go. Cut to Corey. I think we'll find out he and Elliot are out together, and they'll run into the other four. We'll do an exciting fight scene, and then we'll kind of come back and forth. Sort of get the idea that these are running concurrently, and that, like, instead of, like, these guys are fighting, and then when they're done, the other guys, the other pair run into the other guys. Layer to image size. Like one of those cases where I'm trying to strike up a conversation, and suddenly I draw a blank on some of the other size change sites out there. I think one that's got kind of fun stories in the vein that I like is shrinkingman.com. See, I can't think of, like, that specific Giantess site, if it's Giantess World or... Oh, shoot. I got his arm. See, this is where... Okay, I'm gonna, like, stop this. This is where I get in trouble for, like, half-assing this. What I'm gonna do is... Let's see. I think instead of trying to line him up with the ground, come on, grab both legs. I'm gonna readjust his position to be in a seated position. And we can put him over here. Okay. This way I don't have to worry about his arms. Oh, I want twist. This is the one I want. Oh my god. Let's see. Okay. That's it. Okay, that's better. Camera. I'm gonna close this just to... Actually, you know what? I'm looking at this. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'd love to hear what some of your favorite sites out there are. Um, Also, I'd really love to know what's out there for tame stuff, because I think is like I put in my profiles and like Amazon here or whatever. It's I sort of like the stories. I kind of like the stories that are sort of fun, maybe a little bit of humiliation, but not completely. Um, Not just completely destructive of the main character. Vor is not my thing at all. Violence, crushing, all that stuff. Like, I kind of don't really get the point of that. But, it's like I kind of like the journey too. So I kind of really do like the slow shrink tales when it comes to the size change. Or, when you go in the muscle growth, I like the slow growth too. The character that's evolving over the story more so than like the one time change and then he's got to deal with it. And I know I do some of those stories, like usually within the Shrimp of the House story series. Oh, excuse. So it's kind of like the stories with like, so the ones that I find fun. I guess it's sort of like the first Shrimp of the House story, where it's like gradual over the course, or Little Bro, where it's like every time he comes home, his brother's a little bigger and a little bigger and a little bigger, that sort of thing. And I do come to find that, like when I'm creating these stories, it's sort of like the most interesting part of it is sort of at the beginning, where there's still like the same size as everybody else, and it's very subtle. But at the same time, it's hard to tell with the models. Once you start like positioning, the camera's got to be like just right, or you miss it, or it doesn't look like the character is supposed to be like, oh my god, I'm smaller than you, but at the camera angle, they're not really. It doesn't look it. you know. And it's also like I kind of find the fun is sort of at the mid range, when it's like just passing below plausible, if it's the shrinking story. Okay, that's my picture. With muscle growth, I think it's sort of the more absurd, um, is sort of where I it loses interest for me. like when you start talking about like the 50-foot, 50 feet and up. Here we go. What am I doing? I get thinking about that and forgetting what I'm doing here. I think it's like the 10 to 12-foot range that I deal with these characters. With like Brody and Rusty and Elliot. Oh, did that too big? Come on. There we go. It is sort of at the what are we doing? Oh yeah, no, I was right. Okay. I'm going on this and forgetting what I'm doing because you're going the bottom panel, so 45 scaled at 45 is right. Okay. Ah, shoot. Oh well. I guess this big empty corner can be an artistic thing. You can imagine the artistic message I'm trying to get across with the empty space here. Actually, shoot, I'm not happy with him either. And what is going on here? Don't tell me he's in the ground. No. Okay, I guess it's just too small to see in the rendered picture. But his feet are annoying me, so I'm going to end up re-rendering this. Come on, give me the feet. There we go. You know what? I'm going to have to come in. This is going to drive me nuts. Control D, bring him to the floor. And this foot is still not. Okay, there we go. You know what? His feet are in the. See, all this work for one picture. I want to see what's going on with his feet. Okay, it's just. Okay. And I think that will work, right? Anything else I'm missing here? Okay. Okay. I'll re-render that. And I've got to come in here and delete the original. And while I'm here, I can go ahead and just dump these into the right folder. But I think you get the idea. I'm not going to make you sit and wait just for that picture to render when I'm about done. But that's my page. I hope you enjoy that, and I'll see you next time with the next edition of Coronavirus Isolation Stay-at-Home Edition or whatever. And as much fun as I'm having, I really hope you're all still, like, after another week, I hope you're all still safe out there. I hope, like, none of you are getting it, or if you are, you're not getting the full symptoms. You're staying out of the hospital and all. You're managing to stay out of the hospital and all that. I kind of hope for the best for all of you. and, take care.